5:45, I'll call the monthly meeting of the OCPC Finance Audit Committee meeting to order. Mary, could we do
You want to read the accessibility?
Yes. Oh, you want me to do accessibility? Okay. This people is accessible to people with disabilities. Microphones or telephones will be used by all speakers. Large print materials are available upon request. If you would like either of these accommodations, please contact Mary Waldron. The notice of non-discrimination rights and protections to beneficiaries regarding the federal Title VI non-discrimination protections and the state non-discrimination protections is available on the Old Colony Planning Council website. Thank you. All right, Mary, could we do roll call?
Yes, Christine Joy.
Present.
Stephen Santusonio.
Present.
Becky Coletta.
Present.
And Val Massard.
Present.
Thank you.
All right, thank you all for attending tonight. First item will be the meeting minutes from our May meeting. If there are no concerns, do we have a motion to accept the minutes as submitted?
I will make that motion.
Thank you, Stephen. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Great, thank you, Becky. All right, Mary, could you do a roll call vote for acceptance of the May 2025 meeting minutes?
Yes, Christine Joy.
Accept.
Stephen Santusonio.
Accept.
Becky Coletta.
Accept.
And Val Massard.
Accept.
All right, Brenda, how about the May 2025 financials?
Okay, at the end of May, we had a positive financial standing with a 2.04% budget surplus. Available surplus funds remaining were $167,403. Statement of expenditures report shows total expenses for the month of $329,720. Cash position report shows income for the month at $317,711. Disbursement for the month were $372,472. Total cash available at month's end was $1,768,555. The OPEB account had a gain of $56,210, bringing the ending balance in the OPEB account to $1,316,255. Budget resources report. Cash receipts being $317,711 brings the total year-to-date receipts to $6,072,624. AAA report. Outstanding balance for AAA pass-through programs was $642,455. Outstanding balance for AAA admin and ombudsman programs was $130,096. This brings the total outstanding balance for all AAA programs to $772,552. The volunteer transportation account beginning balance was $163,094. We received $183 in donations, bringing the ending balance in the fund to $163,277. ROM statement and activity balance at the beginning of the month was $149,872. Receipts were $5,850, bringing the total receipts to $80,350,000. Expenses were $5,035, bringing the total expenses to $85,980. The ending statement balance was $146,805. Budget reports. Spent to date percentage rate at the end of the month was 89.63%. The ideal percentage in the 11th month of the fiscal year would be 91.67%. So at month's end, we had a 2.04% surplus. Available surplus funds remaining were a total of $167,403. Page 1, expenditures at the end of the month were a total of $2,830,664. Budgeted funds remaining at the end of the month were a total of $327,460. Page 2, projected grant income remains at $3,158,124. Page 3, projected pass-through income for this fiscal year remains at $1,996,327. the next up, because this is tied into the expenses and the income, we're going to talk about the NICRA rate. We received our NICRA rate for 2025. It came in larger than what we had applied for. They are giving us 105.54% percentage rate. So that's wonderful. And this chart just shows our NICRA rate starting in 2000 all the way to current, just so you can see how much it has fluctuated through the years, but basically it stays right around the same. We had a couple of years that was wonderfully high and a couple of years that it was a little lower than we would like. But 2025, I'm pretty happy with 105.54%.
If I could just follow up with Brenda, only because I know what we wanted to do first, do a vote just on the financials. And I thought we were going to bring this up separately because this is more just an FYI, so.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I was tying it in with the budget expenses and
That's okay.
income. So, because it
I
impacts
mean,
that.
it's here, and just a thank you to Brenda and just to the team. It's not an easy process to get all the information to the federal government and hear word back, but this has been an ongoing, as just a kudos to Brenda and the team for working on, so the NICRA overhead rate does help make our budget be met, so.
Okay. And lastly is the list of combined accounts payables and cash transfers for the month. And that's the end of the regular financials for the month of May.
Any questions for Brenda on the financials? All right, Brenda, I would like to make a motion that we accept the financials as presented, but I was wondering if on the budget page, you could change the available surplus to the 167,408.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no worries.
Okay, actually, next month, the June report will everything will become actual and that surplus.
Okay,
But
That will
for the
completely
record, we should have
yeah.
it be the number that
Accurate.
it is.
okay, okay. All right, so I made a motion with that
Okay, wait a
amendment.
minute. Wait just a second. The available surplus funds is 167,403. Is that not what I said?
Not
It's
in the
what you
box.
said, but in your little paragraph underneath it, you say available surplus funds are currently 170,166.
Oh, I apologize. I missed that.
Yeah, no
Sorry.
worries.
I'll change it. I'll fix it.
No
Sorry.
worries. No worries at all.
Because it will be brought up tomorrow night.
I understand. I'll fix it before the meeting tomorrow.
Perfect. Okay, so we've got a motion to accept the financials from May. Do we have a second?
I will second that.
Thank you, Stephen. All right, Mary, could you do a roll call vote on that?
Christine Joy,
Accept.
Stephen Santasonio,
Accept.
Becky Coletta,
Accept.
Val Massard.
Accept.
All right, thank you, everyone. All right, Brenda, did you want to continue on?
Yes, I'm going to do the one pager. Summarize finances at a glance report as of June 12th, 2025. The total cash balances for all of the accounts listed add up to a total of $1,863,743. The total account balances are decreased by $437,920, which is the amount of funds that have been received in advance that have been allotted for specific grants and programs only, such as the OPEB account, the volunteer transportation account, and advance payments for specific grants. This leaves total unallotted cash available on June 12th of $1,425,823. The accounts receivable balance on June 12th were a total of $590,697. The ROM account balance on June 12th was $146,805. And after the May payment, the building loan had a principal balance of $272,177. And that's all for the one pager. Does anyone have any questions?
Awesome, thank you. Hey, Brenda, before we move on,
Yes.
what is the NICRA? Who are we negotiating that with?
It's the Department of the Interior. It goes to the Department of the Interior, and they look at everything. They look at numbers directly from the approved audit. And what happens is the indirect funds are divided by the direct funds, and that's what drives what our NICRA rate is for the year, which is overhead, if you will.
Great,
Okay.
thank you for that explanation.
Welcome.
And if I'm correct, the NICRA had just started maybe about 4 years ago, or has it been before I started?
No, it was not before you were started.
Right.
Before you started, the auditor actually did
Okay.
a NICRA. They did exactly the same thing, but now it has to go through the Department of the Interior to be approved by them before they allow you the rate that you say you're going to use.
But can I ask a question?
Mhm.
So then does that rate apply to all grants and programs or only to certain grants and programs?
No,
Like, does it
it
apply to
applies-
our transportation funds?
Yes, it applies to every grant across the board.
So the exceptions could be a contract with a community that may not have the overhead rate in it. It all depends. But it's not 100%. I mean, there may be some small ones that are just a straight, here's the allocation, here's what you get for doing this, and there isn't an overhead rate.
Yeah,
Thank
it's, I mean, we show we show 99.99% of the time, we show, and on our QuickBooks, everything is charged that NICRA rate, but we may report the numbers at a different rate to different grants but all we really do is change it's like it changed the division of the labor versus the overhead so that we only charge what they allow, but that almost never happens. I know that was probably confusing to follow.
So is
Maybe
that the rate we charge to then manage the grants? Is that kind of what it is?
Yes.
Mostly for the state and federal grants. Maybe what
Gotcha.
we can do at a separate finance meeting in upcoming, we can talk specifically and about the different grants and the allocation. That might be helpful.
Perfect. Yeah, that sounds good. All right, so that is number 4. So under other business, I can report that a lot of the members, people that are on the call here and myself met with the auditors yesterday afternoon to get the ball rolling for the 2024 audit. And they did give us a couple of action items that we need to work on. So we'll be working on those items and probably discussing more at a future meeting. But everything, it was a good meeting, and I was glad to be part of it. So thank you for inviting me.
Thank
All
you,
right,
Kristen.
so Mary, should we adjourn this, wrap
Yes.
this up, and then Becky? I don't know if Becky wants to run the ROM then.
I think you run the Ron finance.
Okay.
It's-
Yeah,
Okay.
I
it's
think
the
you run
finance one.
wrong finance.
Okay, got it.
And
Okay,
Megan, are we gonna need to pause this?
No, I can just cut it through this directly. It's fine.
Okay.
great. Thank you, Megan. All right, so I'll make a motion to adjourn the monthly finance audit meeting. Do we have a second?
I'll
I'll
second.
second.
All right, all in favor, just say aye.
Aye.
Aye, any opposed? Okay, all right, so meeting adjourned.